Hello everyone, this is ParallaxDG bringing you a track review for the new Children of Bodom song that just came out. It's the title track from their newest album, which will be released in October, and the song is called I Worship Chaos. This is actually the second song released from the album. The first was released probably a month ago now. That was Morgan, which I thought was a really good song. It took a while to grow on me. It's definitely a lot more melodic than this one, and it's kind of slower. It's like mid-tempo, kind of slow. This song is completely different. It's a lot faster. It's a pretty short song at 3.5 minutes. Morgan was like 5. This song first came out on Saturday. It was ripped off of a Finnish radio show, and the quality was pretty bad. I'm really glad that I waited to do this review because Nuclear Blast released the official track just today, actually. So it's a good thing I held off because now I can listen to the track in like good quality and hear the instruments a lot easier. But these are just my thoughts on the song as of now. They could change in the future, but these are just my initial thoughts. So what caught me off guard right away was the intro to the song. There's this riff. It kind of reminds me of Lamb of God or something, and it goes on for like the first 40 seconds or so of the song. It goes on for a while, and I thought it was kind of repetitive. It's a pretty decent riff, but for it to go on that long, it's kind of unnecessary, I find. So after that's done, we get to the first verse, which is pretty interesting. It reminds me somewhat of two previous Bodom songs, You're Better Off Dead and North Pole Throwdown. Just the way the guitars sound very similar. I do like the keys in the background. They're very distinguishable. They sound really nice. Alexi's vocals here are pretty good. No complaints really. The riff is really simple in structure, but it's also really catchy and easy to like get into. I will mention the drums and bass in the song are pretty average. Pretty standard Children of Bodom. Henka and Yaska are really good musicians, but in most of their songs, their parts don't really stick out a whole lot. Occasionally, though, you'll get some pretty standout tracks from both of them. For instance, with Yaska, you get songs like Halo of Blood and Damage Beyond Repair, and with Henka, you get songs like Warheart or Hatebreeder. So after the verse riff is done, it goes back to the intro riff. That plays for like 15 seconds maybe, and then it goes into another verse. Same kind of deal. And then after that, it transitions into the chorus, which is easily the best part of this song, in my opinion. Very heavy guitars. I should mention too, this is in drop B, which is new for Children of Bodom. Morgan was also in drop B. They never really used this tuning before, as far as I know. The closest they've come to it was C sharp, which they did in their debut album, Something Wild, back in 1997. Like in the verse, the keys are also pretty dominant here. They add a really nice touch to it. It has a big, grand, epic sound, I think. Even with this radio rip, like I'm sure once the single comes out, it's gonna sound absolutely amazing with good speakers. I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, it's just a really strong chorus. I find the vocals are really good. They have some gang shouts. Just really good overall. Another thing that kind of surprised me was the lyrics. Usually Children of Bodom lyrics are, forgettable. They're just there to fill in the gaps. That's kind of the same deal with this song, but I don't know. I just really liked the lyrics. I thought they were pretty cool. And after the chorus, we get a keyboard solo from Yanni Warman. This is interesting. In Morgan, we didn't get a keyboard solo. Instead, there was a guitar solo, which is to be expected. This song, it's reversed. There is no guitar solo. which is one of my biggest problems with the song. Like I said earlier, the intro riff goes on way too long, and also no guitar solo, which is really odd. Pretty much every Children of Bodom song has a guitar solo. Some of their stuff on Something Wild uh, didn't really have any solos. They were more like neoclassical passages or whatever. But yeah, pretty much every Children of Bodom song has some kind of solo, and kind of odd how the title track of this album doesn't have one. But the key solo is pretty decent. It starts off somewhat like the key solo in One Bottle and a Knee Deep, which was one of my favorite tracks from Halo of Blood. And it has some pretty cool ideas in it. It's kind of average, middle of the road for the most part, but it's pretty enjoyable. I will say, though, that the rhythm guitar underneath the key solo is really good. It's kind of hard to hear over the key solo, but it reminds me somewhat of Needle 24/7, like the intro, the way the rhythm is. It's really cool, though. And after the solo, we get the intro riff again, but this time we get a really powerful, epic scream from Alexi. Kind of reminds me of the screams in Halo of Blood or that one scream in Damage Beyond Repair. Just a really, really good, powerful scream. And after that, we get another verse riff, and then a final chorus which closes out the song. And that's pretty much all there is to the song. It goes by really fast. It kind of leaves you wanting more. With only 3 riffs, 4, I guess, if you count the rhythm guitar in the key solo, it can be kind of repetitive. I get where people are coming from, but like on the Children of Bodom forums, the official forums, which I'm a member of, although I don't really post a whole lot there. There's a ton of people hating on this song for whatever reason. They're saying it's like the worst Children of Bodom song. Honestly, I can name 3 that are worse. Those would be Are You Dead Yet, Punch Me, I Bleed, and Was It Worth It? I think this is kind of like an average Children of Bodom track. So, what should I compare it to? I guess You're Better Off Dead is a good song to compare it to, because they do sound similar, and they're both kind of average to me. It's not a bad song. It's not an amazing song. It's not gonna like amaze anyone, I don't think. But it's gonna be pretty good live, I think, if they play it. Really powerful chorus, heavy guitars, just a really good mosh song. So if I had to give this song a score from 1 to 10, I'd probably give it a 7. With Morrigan getting an 8. I thought Morrigan was just a bit better than this song. So far, though, neither of these 2 songs kind of wowed me like Halo of Blood, which is my favorite Children of Bodom album. I thought pretty much every track on that album was superb. But those are my thoughts on this song. I can be kind of biased. Children of Bodom is like my favorite band, but I will call them out when they make shitty songs, and this certainly is not a shitty song. Can't wait for the album on October 2nd. Really looking forward to it.